So welcome on in. If you guys are new here or, don't really remember, we do have a new podcast. This is pretty much the same group that used to be with us when we did our Paladins podcast. It is now called the Gyat Gang. And we have different people coming in, we don't really have like a designated panel, but it's pretty much me, Justin, Itachi's here, but he's BRB right now. We got Bobby just chilling with us in the BC, and then Ray's is probably busy like helping out at work or playing Monster Hunter, but Ray's also usually is on the panel. And then sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes Jamie comes through, to be here to shoot his, his perspective on things. A lot of times he just likes to listen though, but anyone is welcome. Like, it's not a designated thing, and today is more of a laid back kind of episode anyway. So welcome on in. Thankfully Justin got it right, because I was like, Justin, what episode is this? He's like, 5?
For once I got it right.
It was beautiful because I was like, I'm not sure. I was about to say, yeah, it's 6, because when you're like 5 or 6, I'm like, oh yeah, totally 6. And then I went back and looked, I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're only on 5, which is crazy because I thought we would give up after 2. Which is great. We're making progress. All right, let me lower the music some. So for those that don't know, Alex is a YouTuber. We're going to just get right into it. Alex is a YouTuber that has been around for a while, and I never really watched his stuff because I don't really get into a lot of those like controversial YouTubers. Like, I feel like if you watch the YouTubers you don't like to watch and they get mad about it, it's like, bro, you're giving them that attention. Like, don't watch them maybe. So I never watched him, but the only reason why I know about him is because of a deep dive. Because I was like running out of deep dives to watch. I've watched like every deep dive at this point, every commentator channel. And this whole drama is actually a year old. So you're probably thinking, well, why the fuck are we talking about it now? Girl, after I watched the first deep dive, I guess this couple was going through a lot of like toxic relationship stuff, And the girl basically made it seem like he abused her. And it's now coming out that she lied about a lot of this stuff. She lied about a police report. And now everybody's looking at her crazy. And this is like, I wanted to talk about it because I also want to bring up how stuff like this makes it harder for victims to come out about stuff. Because then everyone's always going to assume you're lying because there's always, some clout chasing bitch that does it for clout. And I really hate that, So I guess the girl lied about all this stuff. There was never a police report filed. And there's a couple of YouTubers that break it down a lot better, but the summary of it all is that he released a 2-hour video, and this is the first time I see a guy defend himself and actually, like, speak the truth. Like, this nigga literally was like, look, I understand I abused her too, I'm not saying it was right, but she did too, and she lied, and I want to show you guys. Because you gotta think about it. He's got a reputation to, uphold, I guess. Whatever. Supposedly he wasn't even liked before, so it doesn't matter. But I get it, as a creator myself, when you miss a few days, you miss money, and that's bills, So, I guess I don't know if he actually hit her. I think it was more like verbal abuse, but he shows like receipts and stuff, and I want to show you another YouTuber that covers it, only because of the fact that this couple literally, it doesn't seem like they talk to each other. Like, all the receipts is literally through text. Like, they just text each other. So, and you're probably like, wait, what? They lived together. They lived together, but they only text each other. Like, it's...
You're like in a couple rooms away.
Yes! Like that! So, we're not gonna watch Adam's full video, but I need to go to his channel because he goes through, like, on Alex's video, who has screenshots. And I'm looking at the screenshots, and I'm like, do these people ever, like, get up off the couch and go talk to each other? Like, so, hold on, let me find...
That's too much effort.
I'm seeing. Where's the one? This is the one I watched the entire 2-hour video. So, we're just gonna skip to it. So, like, this is a 2-hour video, right? Look, I can just scroll through as he's going through and commentating his stuff. All of it is text. Like, there's over, I think, like, 1,000. And it's not just text, it's like Discord, social media. But it's like these two just argue back and forth, and they don't even speak in, like, full, like, sentences, Like, they just kind of, like, I don't know. Like, he would say, like, oh, you mad at me? And she'd be like, okay. Like, that type of shit, And it's just weird. And so...
Oh, I hate when they do that.
Yeah! It's like, bro... Get up, go sit down and talk to your girlfriend. Like, what's the problem? But long
It
story
seems
short,
that they don't have the best communication, so they fear actually doing something.
here's something even better.
Story.
You said you're going to school for like psychology, right?
Yeah.
The girl self-diagnosed with BPD.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, girl.
But also sometimes it's kind of like
No.
a good stepping stone, but
It
not always
is.
the best.
I remember you telling me this because I remember I was telling you about something that earlier, like when you said that you're like, oh, what they're, and I was like, oh, it was.
It's like,
Yeah.
There's always like multiple levels, and it's like, is it maladaptive? Is it blah blah blah? It's just like, yeah, all that stuff.
She basically was using it as an excuse to manipulate him because she would put her hands on him. But she lied to everyone on the internet saying that he would put her hands on her. The part that I didn't like about the whole story, first of all, domestic violence is no joke, right?
Oh wait, is it like the SA of a man?
Yes, I'm Alex and his OnlyFans girlfriend. She was, well, no, not SA. It wasn't SA. It was like physical abuse. Like she was punching him, kicking him. But the part that upset, yeah, the part that upset me that I did, because he is a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like the stuff that when you go look it on your own accord, I suggest you do to get the full context. He is a piece of shit. Okay, he does stuff to her that's not okay. But the part that I kind of felt for him, and I actually shed a tear. This man has a skin condition, and I don't really remember what it was, but basically I guess the more that he would stress out, it'd flare up and it would go all over his body, so he'd have to take his shirt off. This girl kicked him out of their bed that they bought together, and was like, I don't want to see your skin condition. Like, I don't want to see that. Go downstairs and sleep on the couch. That is so fucking gross. That's mean. That is so mean. Like, you got with that man knowing he had a skin condition, and you're gonna say that to him? Like, I don't know. Like, it was just disgusting. How do you say that to
someone
somebody?
who also has a skin condition similar to that? Oh yeah, that would instantly be like, cool, bet, get the fuck out of my house.
I honestly would have kicked her out, but the thing is, they got into that place together. So, and the irony of this is they had problems before they moved in. My question is, why the fuck are you moving in with somebody that you're already having these problems with, you know? And like the fucked up thing was, she would like, even though she saw he was like breaking out, like she would kick him harder the more he didn't want to listen, till he like got kicked out of the bed, you know? And you're probably thinking that's a girl and he's a guy, but it doesn't matter. Like women can be abusers too. And I say this, women can definitely be abusers too, you know? But that whole situation to me just was like crazy because I guess it touched me because I've been in both SA and DV situations. And
it's because of gender norms that allows all this to happen.
It really does though. And that's why I want to talk about it because not a lot of people, basically what I'm saying is people ran him off the internet. Why are we not running her off the internet? She lied.
Yep.
She lied and she put her hands on that man. Like she doesn't deserve to have a platform.
Like, it's disgusting when like men like saying like, oh no, that's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, you should be happy. No.
Yeah,
it's
no.
SA.
Yeah.
There's no cross. It's just equal sign.
Wait, Blobby, I think you were referring to like the Sienna May and Jack Wright situation where she molested him. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably that one.
I remember that. Actually, she came out, or she tried to come out and say that all that was a lie too.
I don't know. It was like the worst like apology of just like a dance saying like your body is like.
Yeah.
A
She did a
canvas,
dance.
like that.
Yeah, she did a fucking dance.
Terrible.
I was like, what the hell make you think that that's inappropriate? Wait, okay, but let's give her some beans. It's not as bad as Colleen Ballinger with the fucking ukulele, dude. Okay? Can we just all agree that that was the worst apology video? Hi, I'm sorry for talking to minors. Let me use my ukulele to make you feel better. Like, bitch, what the fuck were you thinking? You don't remember that shit? That was like just last year.
No.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Bro, and then she was showing minors Trisha Paytas' naked body. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? She subbed to her OnlyFans, basically.
I bet
to do
like
that.
$5 billion in hush money.
It's just insane to me. Like, people on the internet have become so out of touch. It's not even funny. Like, it's just crazy. And that whole situation, like I said, there's a couple of people who cover it very well. But what got me, like, I guess, kind of confused was iNabber. I love that YouTuber. He's, like, one of my favorite YouTubers to call out other YouTubers. This man also lied. So I'm like, bro, who is telling the truth nowadays? Like, what the fuck? But I suggest when you have free time, look into it, because what was meant to be, I guess, a couple that, you know, had a falling out or whatever, and it was DV's related, and every commentating channel covered it. Bro, the fact that everybody already made videos about it and now all new information is coming out, this is why I say we shouldn't comment on stuff like this, because it's like you just don't know who's telling the truth. And when it comes to domestic violence, it is hard to believe either parties. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, when I try to come out and tell people that, you know, like, for example, when I was first started streaming, right, my ex-boyfriend is very toxic to me, and sometimes, and I was a newer streamer, so I would forget to mute, you know, when drama was happening, so they would hear. And he never put his hands on me, but he was always verbally abusive towards me. And my chat would try to,
me as well.
Dude, my chat would try to tell me, like, please, Allie, please leave him. And I would not listen, because I'm like, you guys don't know him. Like, you don't understand. Like, what you hear is what you hear. Like, that's not really.
It's always common. It's always, you don't know him. It's always the same word.
Yeah, I said that. I did say that. I'm not going to lie. You know, and looking back, I feel stupid. You know, I really do, because my chat.
At least you learned.
I did. They were really just trying to look out for me and be there for me and just try to, like, support me, and I just didn't want to listen, because, you know, when you're young, you think you know everything. You really do.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my situation. So I suggest you guys look that up. It is very, I want to say entertaining, because that's not the word. It's just, it's very sad, because I showed you Adam McIntyre's version, because I don't like when YouTubers, like, say, oh, I'm gonna commentate, and then they don't, because he kind of didn't. He kind of just watched I'm Alex's video.
Some people just like comment, they quote unquote commentate, and just looking at the video, no commentation. So honestly, it should just be copyrighted. There's no.
I mean, he does give some opinion, but it's like he stops every, like, the video's 2 hours long, and he stops like every 30 minutes. So it's like, bro, like, I don't know. And this situation is. Oh, we were
2
just
hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. Now I get it.
They gotta cut it into pieces.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like, it's not you telling the story, right? It's like you're commentating, so you didn't have to play his whole video. But I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to domestic violence, if it's not the victim telling their story, because I guess, like, yeah, both sides deserve to be heard, but at the same time, like, you really think a fucking abuser's gonna tell the truth? I'm just saying.
Pretty much.
They're gonna paint themselves as the victim before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always victimize themselves.
Yeah. Which is, like, this is why I wanted to talk about it, because people are saying, like, they don't want to hear his side of the story because of what they've heard about him. But if you truly do listen to his side, I did feel for him, because I'm like, damn, even though he is a piece of shit, the pictures that she was showing everybody and, like, all the big YouTubers, she doctored evidence. She doctored his fucking responses out, so it made him look crazy. We're, like, messaging her back to back to back to back when really it was her. Yeah.
I feel like like when you do stuff like that, it also feel like, hey, that really true, and it's like, all right, it's like this happened, this happened, so it's like it just looks wrong for everybody, really.
Yeah. I mean, do you have anything else to say about Itachi? Because I know you just, like, came back.
It's a little like the kind of the whole thing's all like a bit low.
I like really loosely summarize it, because there's just so much that goes into it. But you can, I mean, all your favorite YouTubers who are commentators probably have covered it, so I would just suggest watching one of your faves that will break it down thoroughly for you. But it's definitely worth a watch, because not only, like, do you learn about the dynamic that it's the reality for a lot of people, like DV like that, you know, the self-diagnosis, the manipulation, the saying you didn't when you did, like, is very real. I mean, Chester texted me nonstop when I broke up with him. When I left him, I literally texted my mom to come pick me up, and I took my son and I left. And you know what he did? He got on Facebook and badmouthed me to the entire.
Hell no.
Yeah,
that is such a small pee-pee move.
Oh, but listen to this. You want to know why he did it, Blobby? I haven't had Facebook since literally like 2000. Oh my God, 2014.
Oh,
like,
so he's targeting the uninformed, the people that don't know nothing.
Well, yeah, but the thing that was funny is we had a lot of mutual friends, and a lot of people, I had eyes for me. So that same night, I had people Snapchatting me, like, yo, this nigga's talking about you on Facebook, da 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 da. And, like, he basically tried to lie to everybody and say that I kidnapped his son. I'm like, that's not your son, first of all. You're not his father. Like, I had to clarify that, because people were confused. Like, you know, people were looking at me crazy, you know? I'm like, nigga, that is not your son. Like, what? So, you know, this whole situation, them being big creators, it is messy. You know, thank God I'm not famous, because could you imagine, like, for example, me and Jamie had a very healthy breakup, right? Like, we're still friends, whatever. could you imagine if I was like a bigger creator, the amount of hate he would probably get? You know what I'm saying? Like it, I never think about it, but when you think about it, our favorite YouTubers and creators,
like,
they
you,
do.
A big content, you break up with someone, they hate that person. Like, hold on.
They talk mad shit.
It could be a mutual breakup. It's like, hold on, why you hating the person? Like, it's a mutual breakup. Like, it ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah. So I hate that, you know, but it is what it is. Do you have any other comments, Justin?
I mean, I didn't really know too much about all this to start, but that's...
Yeah. It's just wild.
Yeah, honestly, just wild.
Yeah. It really is. The next one's the Glorilla Skinny BBL, and I honestly, girl, there's not even much to say.
Skinny BBL.
So, you know how Kim K had a BBL that was, like, massive, and then so many were getting, like, really, like, just too big of a BBL?
Kim kind of thought in that trend of, you know, let everybody get body weight on it.
Yeah.
I feel like
There should be, like, a limit before it becomes, dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, basically, she got a skinny BBL, which is, I guess I don't want to show the pictures of booty, but, like, I guess this is, like for small women, you know, like, the very petite, because she was very, you know, skinny. She's always been very skinny.
like she was always in the gym, so you know she's already working on. So I think she got like just to enhance it just a little bit. Like people are saying like, why y'all upset? Like that's her body. Like she ain't. Now she's like promoting saying I just all this is natural, like how some people do, but it's like
she never promoted it as being natural though.
But she never really addressed that she got one. Like she don't have to do that. Like
she doesn't. No. Yeah.
But people like it's her body. Like why y'all care? Like people are parasocial when it comes to like celebrities and their bodies. I'm like why y'all care so much?
I'm trying to. Okay, right here is a good breakdown of the whole BBL thing. So, you know, she's always been a skinny girl. She's always been skinny mini. I mean, I don't see what's the issue, but, like, I don't know. Hold on, let me just type up Gorilla, because, like, I'm not trying to get mad, obviously, but, like... Okay, here's a good... So this is... How old was this post? This is like a long time ago where she said she's not getting a BBL, right? She said that.
That's a BBL, then I have a BBL.
No, that's her natural ass. That was before.
Alright.
Yeah, so like you can't really tell now. I don't know. Like
she was always like slim thick, but like she she basically got like a small one just to enhance it.
Oh, actually, you can't tell now, I guess. But I don't know. Like I don't think it's fair that they're comparing her high school pictures and shit. Like in this, like girl, she was so young here. This is when she first came out. Like. You know, come on.
Oh, comparing our high school pictures is weird. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you didn't
weird.
see that picture on TikTok? Like, they were comparing her high school shit. And I'm like, bro, that's not healthy. Like,
yeah, that is a maladaptive behavior.
Okay, this is apparently, I guess she addressed it. The rapper Glorilla has set the facts straight whether she has had a BBL or not. So, and apparently it's a rant. Oh, she's 23. I didn't even know that. Wow. It's nothing nobody can tell me that'll make me not feel and not know that I'm thick. I guess is her response to that. But, and again, that's not really addressing it, but you could definitely tell. I mean, she was always skinny mini, and in her music videos, you could tell. I mean, you know, if you go watch the video, what is it? Well, I don't want to play it because we're going to put this on YouTube, but, you know, go watch her older music and then her newer music.
That's not even a deal.
But even if she did or did not, it's like, why
it's none of your business, right? Like if she's happy, she's happy. I don't understand. Like
she's not going to an unhealthy level with it, which you know some celebrities have done. I ain't gonna say names, but we all know who celebrities did overboard with the plastic surgeries. Like if it ain't unhealthy amount, I mean, why care?
I don't know. I just feel like regardless of what she is, no one can deny that she's in the gym every day. I mean, she's posting that shit every day on Instagram. Like, she even be going live while she's at the gym. Like, you know?
I'll be her gym for her. I'm sorry.
Tachi! I fucking
Sweat
can't.
therapy should be affordable.
What, baby?
I'm not sides, honestly. Because beauty is becoming such a uncontrollable thing where people just do so much search and spending millions or even billions just to like paint the smallest detail.
I feel like her body, her choice, girl. Like, the fuck? Like, do what the fuck you want to do that makes you happy. Let me tell you something. I don't care if I ever become famous, rich, or well off. The only shit that I'm trying to do surgically is my teeth. My teeth, like Cardi said, I got a bag and fix my teeth because my shit fucked up. You feel me? You feel me? I just want my teeth fixed. That's it. I don't really, personally, I do have body dysmorphia because, just years of dating really shitty men that have made me feel like shit about my body. But I can honestly say, compared to years ago, this is the healthiest my body's ever been. Is the thickest I've ever been.
Especially with the new habits you've been making.
Yes, yeah, and so really.
You're definitely improving and changing.
For sure, and when you're a mom, like, okay, here's the thing. Y'all know I was a stripper before I catered. Like, if I show you like pictures of me when I was like 19, 20, basically, well, because I had it when I was 20, like 19 to 20, like that year alone was such a huge change because like. I had a body like Glorilla. Like I was very, I didn't have a six pack, but I had a nice looking body because I was slim thick. But you have to understand, I was working 4 jobs, going to college. I was a dancer.
I mean, but like, you know what I'm saying? When you become a parent, your body not finna, your body never.
No, I know. But young me, when I first had my child, I was like, why is my body not going back? Like I worked out every day. I mean, it was very depressing. It was sad. If you would have known me back then, you would have felt so bad for me because I was just like determined to get my old body back. And the reality is,
I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, some things in life happen, girl. Like, don't sweat yourself. You know me. I'm very honest, bro.
Yeah. I'm proud to say that despite the body dysmorphia, despite the ED, despite all of my like mental shit, like I love my body. And I don't think I could have said that. Oh my God, I can't even say that. I'm like tearing up. Holy shit. I love my body. I haven't been able to say that for years, and that's rough, So if Glorilla wants to get a fucking skinny baby L or whatever, like if that makes you happy, boo, then fucking do it. And you see her in her music videos. That bitch be feeling herself. Like no one can tell her shit. Like she's happy. You know what I'm saying? She's happy. She's beautiful. She's successful. At the end of the day, these niggas that are talking shit about her, they're broke. You got money, they don't. So. But anybody else wanna add to that?
If I'm a celebrity, bro, I ain't finna be worried about none nigga thinking about nigga. I'm up millions on you, bro.
Right. Hi, Mimi. Yeah, I have it turned off because we're doing a podcast right now, mama. But anyone else want to commentate on that? How do we feel? Kind of. I feel like we're all on the same page. That's what I'm saying.
She ain't doing nothing wrong. Then why you in her fucking ass?
If you ain't paying for it, shut up. That's my thing.
There you go. That part.
Nigga, even if you paying for it, shut up.
I'm just like,
yeah, I know.
If I ever had a partner whoever wanted to get it done, like, I'm never gonna tell you no, but like, I would tell you my thing, like, I don't think you need it, but like, if you want to get it, I ain't gonna stop you. Like, it's your body.
Yeah. Aw, Mimi. Mimi's like, love that we're talking about body positivity because I look like shit right now. No, I saw your post or your thingy on Instagram. How you feeling? Mimi got her wisdom teeth removed.
Oh no, that's something I need to get
I did that.
Poor thing, yeah.
I also kept the teeth, but yeah.
Aw. Yeah, I get it, mama. But, and just to kind of add to that too, like, I feel like that's a huge problem in today. Like, not just with women too, though. Like, I feel like men also.
Remember the cold things, nothing sharp, nothing hard, everything soft.
I felt targeted for a second because I be dealing with it.
Aw, Tati.
Let me go ahead and do it.
No, I know. And you know what, though, that you say that, Tachi? You're probably the first man to actually admit it, though. A lot of men will not admit that they deal with body, dysmorphia as well, or body positivity, like,
I feel like...
gender norms.
Men just don't necessarily address, like...
They don't address it.
We kind of need to take this shit on their chin, and we just like, fuck it, and just move on.
Because they're not allowed... It's because they feel like they're not allowed to be emotional.
Yeah. Y'all were taught to never show emotion. Y'all were taught to keep that shit in. And I hate that.
If you're a person of color, you know exactly why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You better start crying and give you something to cry about. Nigga, you already hit me.
Yeah. For real. I just feel like, I don't know. Like, there needs to be more, and not the fake body positivity. Because y'all remember when Lizzo came out and, like, everybody and their mother was like, oh, yeah, body positivity. Like, no. I don't like that fake shit. Like,
I want you to be like, hey, like, I'm like, I tell people, like, I don't care what your body look like, but at least I want you to at least be healthy with it, Like, don't like, like when you're doing like how bigger people like I don't mind like you being big, but like at least some like be healthy, be active.
Be
Like
active,
you have the
right?
difference between unhealthy, big like. Look, I try not to say. Oh, like I'm gonna have to say it. There's unhealthy fat and there's healthy fat. Like there's a difference
Oh,
between the two.
100%. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you
Like,
saying that. Yeah.
if anything proved the lift, that whole lift situation probably like was the biggest example of like can't be with promote body positivity. This stuff like this can happen.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's like that's a great idea too. Like you said, use it as an educational means, to help others. That's a great way to, spread awareness and show people that like this is an important topic. Yeah, a lot of times when we express ourselves, it gets thrown back in our face. 100%. And Metal can contest to that. He's a black
Boy,
male.
I've had it done
A
to me.
handsome black male, if I might say so myself. Just say. But you know what I'm saying? I bet that you dealt with your fair share of that shit too. Like, my father told me. He's like, chill. De nada. No, my father also told me, like, his father, my grandfather Xavier, very, very hard on my father. Like, my father is a very emotional man, But he never let that be seen until now. And that's because his father was like, no, you don't, you're not a woman.
Like most dudes, like it's like when they do finally show it, like people are like throwing up, like, "Dang, nigga, like you good?" I'm like, "You just happened." You feel me? Like you don't. I feel like most dudes just ball their stuff in, take it on the chin, and just walk and move on through life without like not ever fully expressing their emotion.
Right.
I feel like if you ask like 100 dudes, random dudes, how long since like they had like a good cry, most of them probably would tell you about 5, 10, maybe 20 plus years since they actually cried.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
Oh, that's not cool. Metal was like, I got made fun of for being dark skinned growing up, but now I'm like, you love the kid.
But hey, I tell everybody, I say, you used to hate it now. I used to be about 11:45 now. Hey, don't hate on it now.
I'm saying though, and that part I never understood. I actually was talking about this yesterday. Remember when I was like, let's do confessions, and I had confessed like, I had never really like been with a black man sexually. I've dated them, but I've never like sexually done anything because a lot of the times they don't want to. They have straight up told me because I'm mixed, they don't want to with me because they're like, no, like my family doesn't want that. I have flat out been told that by a black man before, which is insane. But I mean, it's just crazy, bro. Like that's insane. Hold on, Tachi. We struggling. Sheep said, "I'm 33. I haven't cried since I was 18." Bruh. It's good to cry. Like there's nothing wrong with crying.
Yeah, crying is free therapy.
Yeah, makes you feel good. Alright, so the next thing that I wanted to cover was Kalani and Kyrie. So, let me back that up because you're probably like, who? Kalani is a female rapper and Kyrie Irving, of course, is a basketball player. They dated forever ago. And I guess, Kalani and Kyrie Irving. It's like, it's old news, but I guess it's making its rounds again. Here's basically the summarized thing of it. It ended in 2016. Rumors of Kalani cheating on Irving with Party Next Door, which Kalani denied. Irving later apologized to Kalani, addressing the negative energy and social media harassment she faced after their breakup, which eventually put her into a mental health facility for a short while. She had to, detox because she was, in a dark place. And the fucked up thing is, imagine being famous and being accused of cheating and, you actually didn't, but the world, you just believes you are. And so, I can only imagine what that did to her mental, But she just put out a new album, and if you listen to the music, because I've heard a few of her songs, it actually sounds like she's doing a lot better. But here's the detailed breakdown. They were in a relationship, ended in 2016. The rumors surfaced. I guess... Oh, okay. It looks like she had stated that she didn't cheat, but that she didn't... at the same time, because I guess... I forgot what happened. What was it? I don't know if, she hit him up or something or what. I don't know if they saw each other, but, nothing happened type shit. You know what I'm saying? They were spotted together or something, but, nothing happened. And that's what started the whole thing. Long story short, Kalani attempted suicide. And that's the sad part about that.
Shit.
Yeah, she did attempt it, and that's why she had to go to a mental health facility. And it was because Kyrie Irving's fans were just every day harassing her, and it's just sad. Like, when I read about this, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are we bullying celebrities to that point?
So parasocial when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, parasocial is like an understatement in that. Like, to bully her that bad that she wanted to do that. Come on.
Cause I know Kyrie. I feel like Kyrie. He ain't that kind of person. Like, he like, if it ended, ended. I know, like, I played watch.
No, Kyrie's apology, if you look it up, honestly, Tachi was so heartfelt. It was beautiful because he wasn't trying to hurt her, and he hated to see her like that. But I don't know. It was just, and then the way they were clowning him too, like.
Yeah. I hate that, bro. Like, I'm fine.
That's the basketball community, though.
Expressed about it. Why is you?
Yeah. Hold on one second. So she, but growing up with a baby boomer dad who taught if he was tough enough on his son, he wouldn't grow up to be like other men. So it was men don't cry, and it just kind of stuck. Okay. So that's something that it's not you like championing it, like saying, yeah, I haven't cried since this long. It's more like that stuck with you this long, and there's really no change in that, which is also still sad.
Yeah, it's weird when they're like proud, saying like, oh, I didn't cry, I didn't do this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone has emotions, and everyone goes through things. And if you don't cry, that means you're basically just holding it all in.
My ex that I told you about, Chester, he would do that to Kaden. He would
It's
yell at Kaden for crying.
There's some cases where they can't cry, they cannot.
Yeah. Honestly.
There are one case where I just can't cry. Like, I just don't. I feel like I'm going to, and just like, nah, no tears.
Yeah. Oh my God, Sheep said no. My brain is actually full broken. I've tried to cry and it won't come out. See, that's crazy.
That's what I mean. Like you just
not that that's crazy, but like that's like insane to think about. Like, wow, he's instilled it so hard in you that you literally can't cry anymore. Like, wow. All right, the next one is kind of juicy. Hailey Bieber drama. So there is. Oh wait, let me read this comment. Hold on. Kyrie's godson. He actually sent her flowers yesterday on his stream. Aww, I love him. He is the epitome of like what a man should be as far as like with his emotions. Like, he wears his emotions out on his sleeve, and he's a whole ass black man. You know what I'm saying? Because like we were just talking about, that's not something that is taught, and I love to see more and more black men, Puerto Rican men, Asian men of all minorities come out and show their emotions. Women love that shit. Like, I seen a comment on TikTok. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it was about something else, right? I was in the comments reading shit, and this one guy just like went off on J Balvin, Bad Bunny, saying, oh, women only like him now because he's wearing women's clothes. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, I love men that are sensitive. Not too sensitive, but like, just show some kind of sensitivity, Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I literally don't see what's wrong with that.
If they say like, oh, I'm gonna be the better person and like not respond for 10 days, of course I'm leaving. Right.
Yeah, no, that, I'm not gonna lie, I am that person though. Sometimes I'll like not respond. Let's see. Empathy and compassion. Yeah, I agree. Having empathy and compassion honestly is like so attractive, like in men. Men that have no, like none of that at all is like, how do you ever expect? Okay, Andrew Tater Tot, for example. Like, that man, no respect for women. He sees us as objects. Like, the way
Andrew Tater.
Yeah, I stole that from Swoop because that's what she calls them, Andrew Tater.
That took a second, but it clicked.
Bro, oh my God, I didn't mean to like get into the ADHD is kicking in. I'm so sorry, but like I just thought about it now that I said his name. You know that him and his brother are trying to include themselves in the drama between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They have nothing to do with it. So Kanye.
I was about to say, where's the connection?
So Kanye West put out a song with his daughter, and it has Diddy on it and Diddy's son, and because that caused so much shit on the internet, everybody's taking Kim's side. Fucking these two, I don't even know where they. I really don't. But like, Oh, it was because Kanye West made fun of Beyonce's kids, calling them like dumb, and was saying that like all of them basically worked together to create a sex ring or some shit, and Kanye was trying to accuse Kim of being a sex trafficker. And I guess that's where Andrew Tate and his brother, which I find that ironic that that's the only connection, because I'm pretty sure they're in a lawsuit right now because he raped somebody in Romania. And, you know, he had a whole, like, sex ring himself. So it's just crazy. Like, the whole thing.
Yeah, celebrities are weird.
Celebrities are fucking weird. That's an understatement.
Like, why is everyone in the music field apparently just in a ring of that stuff?
I don't know, but that's exactly why I won't go on a yacht. Fuck that. I ain't gonna be no yacht girl, and I ain't going to Dubai. Bye, Mimi, love you. I'll message you later, mama, to check on you. But anyone else got anything they want to add for the Kalani Kyrie situation or the Kanye situation? I ain't gonna lie, I didn't give it any attention on the podcast because it has enough attention.
Like,
already.
the only ring you need is one on the finger.
Yes, preach. Well, okay, correct that. On the finger, or, you know.
I got to tune up with the Kanye drama because I was talking to my grandma.
Oh, no worries.
But I was going to say on that, yeah, Kim making the right choices, but honestly, I don't think it's going to go through because the daughter knows it. She loves her dad, sadly.
Metal, get out of my head.
Wait, what?
No, Metal.
Oh, hell no. Do not start searing.
No. It's because of what we're talking about, and that's what I was getting at, but I think it went over Blobby's head. So then he said that, and I'm like, yeah, that. I didn't want to say it. Oh, my God. No, because, okay, Blobby said the only ring that you need is on your finger. And then I said, well, there's that one in the hand. And then this one said that. And then Sheep's like, the 3 rings of marriage: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, depending on the person, yeah.
Y'all too much. All right, moving on. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. I want you to finish because we're going to move on.
I was going to talk about the whole Kanye and Kim thing. I just feel like both of them is just going to be weird. I feel like their whole marriage relationship is just weird.
Yeah, I
agree. Kids, the kids in the middle. Kanye on his I don't know Kanye.
He is on meth. He is 100% on meth. I don't care what anyone says. He's on something.
I just think like when he was all social media, I felt like when he was finally actually all social media, he was somewhere in the clear head. Like he was, still dealing with his issues. But I feel like he focused more on his kid when he was just off social media. I feel like he needs to go back to that place where he just off social media and just doing whatever he doing, but just off social media.
Yeah. Didn't he put out music when he was off social media too?
And he did play like Carnival was kind of fire.
Carnival was fire. But he was also in a good headspace. Like, I don't understand.
I just like he get on social media and he just loses. I don't think it's Kanye talking. That's Ye start talking.
Yeah.
Just go crazy.
That Ye shit, bruh. He on that Ye. All right, so the next shit is gonna blow your mind. Now I'm gonna be honest. I did the research for you guys. I sat down and watched that 7-part TikTok series that we're about to cover. It is crazy. And when I bring this to your attention, you're never going to look at Hailey Bieber the same. So, first of all, I'm not a Bieber fan myself. Yeah, I never liked her anyway. She fake as shit. But I also don't like Selena either. I don't like all 3 of them niggas. Like, I really don't. But the drama is tea. It is so... Bro, okay, so apparently, long story short, Hailey Bieber has been in Justin's life way before they got married, way before they started dating, way before, back when he was dating Selena Gomez when they were teenagers. Apparently her father, Stephen Baldwin, I think is his name, Alec Baldwin's brother, they're rich, she's a Nepo baby.
Like Baldwin got a brother? What?
Yeah.
That,
no, I know. I'm going to blow your mind. So look, I'm going to show you Hailey Bieber first. Right? You know who she looks like, but I just want you to see her face so you can see the resemblance, right? This is her. Okay. Look at Stephen Baldwin, bro. This nigga... What is his hair, bro? Like, what is this? Hello? That's him. Now look at Alec. Now, don't get me wrong. He's still handsome as shit. He could be whatever.
No.
He could be a motherfucker. But no, compared to his brother... What we just saw?
Surprisingly,
Girl.
Alec is actually the one that can actually. I feel
I
like
could
even after
tolerate
the whole,
Alec compared to Steven, because have you?
thing,
Yeah.
I feel like he's not terrible.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? You want to know the only reason why I even know who he is? He was in the Flintstones movie and Biodome. Viva la Biodome! From like 1996. That's the only reason why I know who he is. That makes me feel so old.
Look familiar. Like,
I know. I've been trying to figure out, where do I know him from? And it's literally the Flintstones from 2000s and Biodome. That's the only two movies that I remember him being in. But okay, so basically her father, Steven, brung her to a Justin Bieber what was it? It was like a Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez like meetup thing, I guess, back then when they used to do those, and like it was some kind of premiere or something.
Like the meet and greet they used to do back.
Yeah, yep, it was one of those. And so he brought her to that. And let me see if I can find it. Hold on. There's a picture and she looks so creepy in it too. Haley Bowen. No, not Kim Photos, but at Justin Premiere. Not, bruh. Okay, this was Hailey Bieber as a kid. And this was her at the Never Say Never tour. That's her! That's Justin Bieber, that's her father, that's her! Ooh. I know, this is a lot. So listen.
That is a big timeline.
I know! That's what, it's a 7-part fucking TikTok series. I watched the whole shit. And after watching it.
When you say 7 parts, you mean like 7 minutes?
No, 7
yeah, I forgot
parts.
they extended the time.
Yeah, no, it's long. It's like, I think 2 hours, I think. I don't know. It's just crazy to think about that. She's basically been trying to be like in his life since she was a kid. And there's so many, it's just crazy. Let me see if I can like pull up a, like summarize it. Not Beaver. Oh my Lord. Okay, so apparently this information was so big that the massive magazine company Cosmopolitan covered it. Oh my God, this is so funny. So apparently this TikTok started circulating in January, but it's kind of coming back again. Basically, it started because Hailey Bieber liked a tweet that was, making fun of Selena Gomez's body, being mean girl, whatever. And so now this person on TikTok made a 7-part series breaking down the entire timeline from start to finish, like covering everything, how it came to be. And so, long story short, Justin was kind of feeling himself the day that he got married with Hailey. And it came out in a song that Selena Gomez released. He texted her 23 times on her wedding day. 23 times. We're talking about on his wedding day, he texted her. So he was getting married to Hailey.
Selena put it on him, sorry.
Girl, I'm telling you, but he texted her, and I'm like thinking to myself, didn't you just have a baby with Hailey? So it's like it's crazy because it's like I always thought this drama was recent, kind of like whenever they first got married type thing. I didn't realize that it goes all the way back to when they were kids.
It's been going on for a while, but I didn't know how deep it ran.
Oh yeah.
I knew Hailey and Selena, they didn't like each other. They never really fought with each other.
Yeah.
But Justin, because Justin with Selena, they still cordial, whatever. And Hailey don't like that. So it never gonna be any good outcome to this story.
Well, here's the part that, because I was like, why are people bringing Benny Blanco into this? Apparently, Benny Blanco, remember, used to be a part of the management for Justin and help him make beats and shit and produce some of his songs. So,
shit.
And you see who she's marrying, right? Benny Blanco. So it's like not even a love triangle. It's like a square, I guess.
This is a whole love orgy at this point.
Girl, I just all I'm gonna say is if you haven't watched it, you should watch it, but it basically just shows pictures. That's why I watched it, because it shows pictures and it connects the entire timeline all the way back from when we were kids, you know, watching Selena on Wizards of Waverly Place and shit, to now. Like, it is just crazy. And I bet you Justin watched that series and probably turned around and looked behind his back like, oh my god. Like, is my wife crazy? Did she manifest this life? Like, I'm just saying that Hailey Bieber needs to be studied.
Yeah, a lot of people need to be studied on, honestly.
I'm just saying.
But it's just weird. Like at a certain point, I just feel like they gon' Yeah, I know I shouldn't say that, but I feel like they gonna divorce because something gonna pop off between him and Selena. Whether it's
Yeah, that relationship is so unstable.
you already know.
It really was. Didn't she have to check into a fucking a mental facility for like, I think like half a
Who,
year?
Haley?
No. Selena, back when they broke up.
Shit, did she?
I remember
I
like.
don't remember exactly because I don't pay attention to celebrities' relationships that much. I don't be caring that much.
Yeah, I don't care as much.
I don't really care as much, but like when it starts getting in my face like everywhere, and I can't like not see it. Cause I remember seeing like watching the news.
Oh, they divorced. Good for them.
Right. I remember seeing in the news and I'm like,
they married. Good for them.
I
died. Good for them.
I was pissed off because I remember watching the news and being like, why the fuck are we talking about Selena Gomez going into a mental health facility on the news? Or like News Channel 8. You know what I mean? Like, what? It just don't make no sense. So that was that whole thing. I just thought it was interesting to talk about, and I highly recommend you watch that shit. Alright. What do you want to talk about for Tesla, Tachi?
I didn't talk about what are your thoughts on the people destroying the Tesla properties?
I'm like,
I didn't hear about that.
it's a good form of protesting.
What? You haven't heard about
in
that?
the news.
No, what happened?
It is not. I had to disagree with you. You're not. I hate to say, it, but y'all destroying your property. You're not hurting Elon. I don't know if y'all think you're hurting.
Oh yeah. I agree, but
you're hurting people
money
who
from
work.
the purchase.
I'm gonna say people the people you're hurting people who's working there. Like now they're out of a job because you're blowing up the whole place, these buildings. And now they're out of a job. Like you're hurting more. You're hurting more of the innocent people than you're actually hurting the owner or the person who owns it.
Kind of like
the wrong people
party, but not the same because
I get your message, but the wrong outcome, but the wrong actions being taken.
All right, Metal, take that.
If you want to do that, don't buy Tesla. But why are you destroying the property?
That is more effective. Yeah, that is more effective.
To me, it's like, cause honestly, most of these places have insurance, and just putting more money into his pocket. So it's just like, if you really want to make a message, then don't buy the product. Or to me, that's the best form of doing it. Just don't buy it. But when you start destroying property, you get a bad look on yourself. It's like you're destroying the property because now they look you're crazy. You're trying to protest. Like I understand you don't like Elon. Like I don't like him either. But like, why are you destroying property? Because not only going to take out of taxpayer money, which is going to affect everybody else except him. Really.
Oh, the arson attacks. I kind of heard about it, but
they've been attacking people who just have a Tesla. They've been straight up just
okay, I've never understood that.
Breaking their windows and
if somebody owns a Tesla, you're dumb. It's I'm like hold up, let me phrase that. If you're hurting the people who own the car, I think you're dumb because to me a car is a car. Whether it's a Ford, Tesla, even the ugly old Cybertruck, if they got it, that's their money. Let them make that dumb decision. You destroying that car because if they catch you doing this, you're probably gonna pay some fines and depending how much you do that car, some jail time. So now you don't waste your freedom.
Like Itachi said, who are you hurting? Yourself. You're not hurting anybody but yourself.
Yep, hurting the wrong.
But I get I said I get the message what you're trying to do. Hey, you don't buy with Elon.
Oh my God, these niggas was armed. This guy said, this one was armed with a suppressed AR-15. Why the fuck do you have a Molotov?
I'm telling you.
What the hell?
I'm saying people nowadays with these protests are just becoming stupid to me. Where were the protests where you have a sign or you just don't buy the product?
Yeah.
Why are you going to storm the places now? You're not doing anything.
Oh, hashtag Tesla takedown movement. What the fuck? You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if y'all have heard about it because it just happened. I believe it happened in, where was this? Some small ass town up north. But I guess these college kids, were trying to do a catch a predator because that's a thing on TikTok. It's a movement. Yeah, this is reminding me of that.
The thing was media, they sometimes
excuse me.
Customize the news and sometimes change the wording to give it a different meaning. So it could be them trying to defend themselves, or it could be them actually attacking. Because that's what they do with news somewhere else in the Middle East.
This is true. That I understand, but no, I'm talking about with what I just brought up. Like, they actually, these are teenagers that were like, yeah.
The worst part, the dude it wasn't even like.
No, he was 22, and the girl was 18, lying that she was saying that she was 17. But the guy's like, no, your Tinder profile says you're 18.
18, like they wouldn't let you have a profile.
And first of all, would a predator call the cops on himself? No. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he called the cops because I guess, like, didn't he get fucking jumped by the kids? Like,
they did that too dirty. They jumped.
They fucked him up, and they damaged his car. And apparently, he's a military.
Marine.
He's a Marine. Yeah. He's a Marine. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Now, like I said, now all y'all facing prison sentences for to try to catch a couple likes, like, bruh.
Yeah, for clout. It's like, really? Why are we doing this?
Like, gave misinformation.
Yeah, it's just
like, you should never lie about like giving yourself a year just to become legal.
It's just insane.
Like, we get it, you're trying to catch someone terrible, but how is it terrible if they don't know the truth?
And that's what officers were trying to tell them. They're like, this could have went something. Somebody could have got killed.
Yeah. And like, why do you want to be a victim of that?
That's another good question. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's terrible. That's a scary situation to put. Oh, and there was a minor involved in that, but not who he was meeting. They actually convinced one of whoever, like the group of kids, it was one of their siblings who was 15. So now you're exposing, a minor to this situation.
To that dangerous activity.
Right.
And like, it's like,
oh, they got a teacher in on it too, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
The teacher got to be
the teacher is the one who basically allowed for them to be in the common area. Because, you know, what college allows kids to be in the common area after a certain time? I've been to college before, both in dorms and out, and there's you have a curfew when you're on campus. Like, point blank period. You know what I mean? So I find that gross. Like, what the fuck? But this whole thing is just crazy. Girl, people crazy. We ended this episode with people crazy. What the fuck? Like
I'm hearing this. I'm like, I'm, you know, me out on Twitter. I'm saying, like, you know, I'm seeing like, people really ain't out here doing it to Teslas. I'm like, ain't no way. So
at least take the
I'm
call.
hearing more and more stories. I'm like, did these people really? They not hurting Elon, right? Like, your movement is unnecessary. Like, I was watching a friend stream. Like, they're like, this person owns a Tesla. They're kind of weird. I'm like, that's a car to me. You know, it's a car. Car's a car.
Right.
I mean, like, where they own the Tesla, yeah, but like, you know, you don't know when they could have gotten this Tesla. They could have just been at it for a while. Because, you know, before nobody really hated Elon, so like,
yeah.
If you got a Tesla, you had a Tesla. So
well, not even that. It's like, okay, when you see somebody driving a muscle car, what's the first thing you think? Oh, yeah, he's probably a jerk, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like it's natural to make assumptions. And it's like you just said, a car's a car. Like, whatever, you know? I don't know. That whole shit's stupid.
Right. At the end of the day, I don't know. I agree with Tachi. We're hurting the wrong people.
Yeah.
Doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking about the people who work at those places. Times are tough, and you doing this shit, and people gotta pay bills.
Yeah, people out of jobs.
You kind of look. Okay, see me. I feel like this is kind of part of that fake wokeness stuff that's been happening.
Fake woke, yeah. Well, we just talked about that.
Like, you know, like people, like, cause like I feel like especially as of lately, it's been happening so much more. Like, people just like, oh, people are hopping on the bandwagon.
They need something to be mad about.
To look good. I'm like, listen here, do you actually care about this stuff, or do you just want clout? Like,
for real. Right, like, do you actually give a shit, dude?
I'll look and do my research on it. Like, I do my research, like, I'll, like, you know, the whole, like, BLM, like, you know, like, I told people I support the movement, not the organization. Like, you know, I actually got to argue with somebody about that, because, like, the organization is just, you know, a bunch of scammers, you know. That's a whole different subject we can go into at a later date, but yeah, that's why I'm always like, I do my research on it before I just blindly just follow it.
Yeah.
I feel like most people need to start doing that, instead of just, you know, seeing like one thing and just like blindly following. Because like now, look at you, like some of y'all finna be in prison, jail for the rest of you, almost by catching 10, 15 for what? To look good for people who ain't gonna care about you. Just that.
All right, Papi. So you want to start, Justin, with the Would You Rathers?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? All right. Let me get some music.
Okay, let's see here. Would you rather be only able to shout all the time or only be able to whisper all the time?
Fuck.
So you just hate me.
I'm saying, I'm always shouting. Like,
in reality, I'm always the first one.
I'm gonna say the first one.
My normal voice is apparently
you can
shouting
only
to people.
shout or whisper.
Because both can give you a sore throat. Both's gonna hurt your throat regardless. Because if you prolong whispering, can hurt your throat too. So, and I'm always yelling anyway. So I'm gonna have to pick the first one.
I have to take whispering because I don't feel like I'm a loud person. I don't like to yell. I hate yelling personally.
Hi, Tachi!
I can't do whispering.
That's a good one, actually. I like that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the yelling.
I think I would probably just go yelling. I feel like it would be easier. Like, I just naturally talk loud. I don't know.
Why are you yelling? I'm deaf in both ears.
Right, something like that.
I could be a loud whisperer, so you know.
True. Hello. Bro, my son, every child ever, bro. Hey, I gotta tell you a secret. Like, bro, just talk. What the fuck? You already loud. Like, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment below would you rather, either always have to yell or whisper. So I said yell. Justin said yell. Tachi said whisper. What do you think, Bobby?
Yell.
Yo.
No hesitation on that.
Yo, right? Like, immediately. I feel like if you're Hispanic, that's an easy answer. Totally not calling out half my following on YouTube. Oh my god. Well, guys, this was a fun episode, and honestly, I think this was our longest one. 56 minutes. Wow. I don't think we've done one this long.
Yeah, we haven't done like an hour-long one.
Yeah. It's good, though.
Since the Paladins ones.
Yeah, actually, you're right, because all these have been like 30 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I liked it. It was very, passive or whatever. And if you guys in the comments, if you ever have something you'd like us to talk about or whatever, just be sure to comment, and we're down to talk about pretty much whatever. Alrighty, y'all. Well, take care. I hope you have a good one. Justin, thanks for tuning in. Bobby, Tachi, it was a pleasure.